everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap.
That
Leaving
was
it
so
in.
great.
Leave it
So
in.
great. Yes.
My name is Amy. I'm here with my sidekick Amanda, and we are joined today by one half of Docusweeties. I'm not going to say if it's the lesser half, the better half. I'm going to say two equal parts.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
we have the fabulous Wah today.
Hi,
Good
Wa.
morning, Wah.
Hi. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me.
Thank
Thank
you for being here.
Thanks for being here. I mean, somebody needs to keep these fools in line.
Ugh.
Somebody needs to sing off of Amanda's like little notes she sings. That's
Mhm.
what when you did that, it sounded like a song I knew, so that's why I started singing it.
Oh, got
Okay.
it.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Understand. So we're here today to talk about Last Resort, the Tell All part, I don't know, 77?
Mm-hmm.
Technically part 3, emotionally part 90.
Yes.
Wow, how are you guys enjoying the Tell All so far? Thus
Well,
far.
number one was explosive. Number one gave us
Pretty good.
like a feeling that this was going to be one of the best tell-alls I've ever seen, and then 2 or 3 reminded me why the tell-alls just need to be 2, if anything.
Yeah.
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 Give us a tell all. So the episodes, so for the regular show, the episodes are 2 hours and then tell us an hour. I think it needs to be flop flipped with Last
Mm.
Resort, and it needs to be the show's an hour and the tell all's an hour and a half and give us 2.
Yeah. We could have been done
Ah.
in 2.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we
2 long ones.
definitely could have been done in 2, but I would say out of the 3 we've had so far, 1 and 3 have been the best,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only
Mhm.
segments of 3 that have been good. Like they did some good producing segments.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing though.
Do you have any comments on looks? Anybody looking real good? Anybody looking real crazy?
Sophie's titties look real good.
They
Mhm.
do.
Stacy's titties look real hard fake or like oblong. They're sitting up in a way this episode to where they don't look natural.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
her
it looks
dress
like
is mere seconds from
from a nipple slip.
yeah.
So Ari looks good, but she extensions makes her look good.
I think she
And
looks great.
She
yeah.
does, but she just looks like she's straight out of Boogie Nights.
Which is nothing's wrong with that. I love
No,
that for
no,
her.
but it's a very specific look.
It's a
Yeah,
very
that she
specific look,
has.
and I thought she looked great during Resort too. Like I
Mhm.
thought her outfits were great. Did I already say Sophie's titties? I
Yeah.
probably did.
Yep.
Mhm.
Um,
How about
and
Darcy? How about Darcy?
oh no.
Ooh.
No.
No, Darcy's had one or two more surgeries than Stacy, and you can tell in the face.
Mhm.
Mary
There's like a
Payne tried to explain to me what is going on in the chin there. I
yeah.
didn't digest most of what she was saying because she uses language that I can't really understand.
She uses legit plastic surgery
Yeah,
language
it's
that you and I
something
don't know.
about threading and the
Oh,
threads
she did a
being too
Oh,
thread.
tight.
she's done
and-
threading. Okay.
Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah. So Darcy, the side of her face looks crazy. Her profile looks crazy, but it's also when I speak of producing, why was Georgie and Darcy even there? What did they
They
offer?
contributed nothing.
They just
Yeah.
wanted to bring Darcy out. So
I
why
don't
do we
know
need
why.
Georgie with his shirt open to his navel?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe some people enjoyed that. I did not.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
team we never need Georgie.
Yeah.
Georgie brings nothing to the party.
Not a
I'm
thing.
team.
Mm-mm.
We need season 5 of Darcy and Stacy, or
Oh, I
season
am
4,
that too.
whatever we're on,
Yeah.
and we need to see what an idiot Georgie is, and we need to pray that Darcy gets away from him and then dissolves all the fillers in her face.
That would be great.
Oh, it would be, but then what would she be left with? Just like saggy skin? Jesus,
Yeah.
we can't have that for her.
I don't know. So we record a show called Reality Roundup that we do on weekends, and we
Mm.
talked about our moment of the week last week was Florian, because I've gone on a Florian journey.
Mhm.
So Florian in the beginning of Last Resort, when he got in that fight with Jasmine and Darcy was screaming at, or Stacy was screaming at him, I felt like that is the way that a woman reacts to her husband or her partner when they know they are capable of violence. Like I felt like it was very dark.
Yeah.
Then I went
Mhm.
on this journey, where I was
Mhm.
like, okay, he's the feminist hero we all need when he
We
was
didn't know.
defending Jazzy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
back because on last week's Tell All, he says he calls her terrible names behind closed.
Mhm.
Well, she says behind closed
Mhm.
doors, and I'm back to him being trash. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, Florian is a like a polarizing character because yeah, you're right. Some episodes he's the captain and he's the hero, and then some other episodes like he's definitely wrong. Like
Yeah.
100% 10 toes down wrong. But it's funny because he gives me a lot of like one-liners. Like in this episode it's like Jesus Christ, help me. Like at some point he like
Jesus
calls
Christ,
out.
help me.
Yeah.
Jesus, Mary Lord. He's
He
very
cries
funny.
out. Yeah. And he's like, I don't do it, she do it. It's like her when Julia's talking to, when Julia's like getting hype and she
Oh.
goes and her English gets just crazy.
Off the rails.
Him no want go dog I like, but you test me, liar machine.
Brandon, you go through menopause right now. You keep talking.
Yes. Yeah. So it's so funny that he does that. That he's just like,
Yeah.
what? Jesus
Well,
Christ, help me.
So
Like,
there's
Jesus
the
Christ is not
Florian
helping you.
there's the Florian that's like, you come bad, I make nightmare, like the calm
Yeah.
Florian, and then there's
Yeah.
the what you know, like he goes real high.
Yeah, he gets really
You
high.
know how to use phone.
Yeah.
Like it gets high pitched, and that's when you know he's lying or he's on the defense.
Or he's about
He's
to
on the
lose it.
defense. Or you see him be super calm when a fuddy-duddy 55-year-old bald man who refuses to not wear a hat tries to fight him in a public forum. He's like, Chino, what you doing, man?
Yeah, come
You're
on.
stupid. Fuck your wife.
Okay, so
It sort of felt like the kid who's like a little bit taller than the kid just holding someone's forehead back, and
Yeah.
they're like trying to hit them, but they're just far enough away that they can't. That's what it felt like.
But that's an example of when I found him to be real hot, was when
Right.
he's just standing there sipping his drink like, you shut the fuck up, man.
Gino, you stupid, man. You know, fuck your wife.
And Gino's
I have
like,
no respect for you. Yeah.
Very
All right.
pterodactyl-like.
I mean, you know I have T-Rex arms. So
I know.
this could be me at any moment.
It could be you.
All right, so let's get into it. This is Last Resort, Season 2, Episode 20.
Oh my
We've
God,
been at this
20
for
weeks.
5 months, everyone.
20
Wow.
weeks.
Here we are.
Tell All Part 3. Florian tries to justify his late night dalliances with another woman, but the cast is, this is the description, but the cast is not buying it. Ari's mom, Janice, reveals the real story on why Ari kept Benny's passwords, and Josh comes clean on why Natalie has never been invited to his home. Because he has a full-time girlfriend.
And she's crazy.
And her name is Rain, and she totally loved Brett Michaels when it was not cool anymore. Like, she loved Brett Michaels.
Was it ever cool to love him?
Yes. How dare you? In 1988, it was all the rage.
Okay, sure.
Look what the cat dragged in. He was hot in that era.
Okay.
But
No.
she loved him
okay.
when Rock of Love came out. And that was
not a good period.
Yeah, that was a
No.
weird period for everyone.
We had all moved past it by then.
Yeah.
Except Brett Michaels and Rain.
Yes.
You know what? I thought that what he said at the very end when he was the most upset at Natalie was so poignant. He's like, I didn't want to bring Natalie around my family because she is a danger. She's some kind of like, I don't know what she's gonna do. And that is true.
It's totally true.
Yeah.
Natalie has trash takes. She has so much internalized misogyny. It's gross. It's just gross. She is not a gross girl at all. Okay.
No.
So we pick up with Georgie and Florian, and Georgie says, I don't think he's cheating, but if you talk about trust, like he goes out and he's in the club, then yeah. And Darcy goes, they call it networking, but nothing good ever comes out of it.
What? We're not networking all up into clubs.
Is Georgie telling Darcy that he's going networking?
To do what?
What network?
He doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
He is. Georgie was such a waste of our time this episode, especially because like he could not answer the question. Georgie, do you trust Florian? Do you think Stacy should trust Florian? Well, it depends. No, what do you mean? What kind of trust?
And Florian's over there like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck?
You are selling me out here, dude. I got you. You got me. What are we doing?
Yeah. Should he trust him with her money? No. Should she trust him if he were to pick her up and spin her? No. Should he trust? Like, it was so many.
I'm not gonna lie. Benny picking Stacy up completely and swinging her around was kind of hot.
It is. No, it was.
I'm not into Benny at all, but that was kind of hot.
I'm like, can somebody pick me up?
I'm impressed.
I've never been picked up.
I've never been picked up. Yes.
Same. No one wants to pick me up.
So Darcy rolls her eyes and says she sees a lot of issues here. Just like her and Georgie. They fight a lot and they sugarcoat it. And Stacy immediately goes, we don't sugarcoat it. Like, these two will fight over anything.
Everything.
Anything and everything.
Yeah.
So we revisit 2 hot blonde chicks. And suddenly Georgie doesn't remember this incident. Now he's the one who called Darcy mid last resort and had to squeal that this blonde chick came up to him and said, "Tell Florian thanks for bringing me home."
Good gravy.
Georgie does not, in front of Florian, he does not remember this.
Yeah, but it's because it didn't happen. Like that is, I was like, if you guys are going to agree to make up a storyline in order to have
Stay
a
on the
reason
show?
for, have a reason for Darcy and Georgie to show up, then this is what I would do. I would actually help Georgie create his storyline so that when he's confronted, he doesn't just say, "I don't know."
Yeah.
Because like
There we go. So
it
they're in on the plan is what you're saying, but they're not including Georgie enough.
yeah, they didn't ask him if he
skin
was
in
going
the
to be
game.
prepared for the hard-hitting questions of Sean Robinson.
Yeah.
Can we just agree Sean Robinson needs to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's time.
I love her.
I love
but
her.
she
She's
needs to
fine.
go.
First of all, woman of God shouldn't have to deal with these numbnuts.
I agree.
Second of all, she never asks a damn question because she's never watched the show.
Yeah.
I agree. Like
Yeah.
I put me up there. Put the 3 of us up there.
Oh,
Can you
Lord.
imagine the questions we'd be peppering them with?
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yeah,
Be
but,
All right,
but
so-
I think that I would get in a fight, especially if like I would ask a question, and I think Sean holds a certain amount of respect. Like everybody really respects Sean, and I think it's because she holds herself apart
Mhm.
and doesn't want to make.
She just
truly,
commands respect.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
The
so
cast loves her. You could tell the
Yeah.
cast really they all greet her. They're all super sweet to her. They
Yes.
like her.
Yeah, they like her because she doesn't do that much. She only does what the producers tell her to. So they know not to really be mad at her. But if it were me, I feel like Rob would know that these were questions coming from my heart, and he would have an attitude with me. And then I would have to fight him.
100%.
I would pay money for that. Wow.
I would pay money to see that. I would read Rob for filth. I hate him.
Boots
He
the
is the
house
worst.
down.
So Stacy says, Georgie doesn't remember, and Stacy goes, "Don't be scared. Florian isn't going to bite." I'm like, are we sure?
Are we sure?
He
He's a
might need a
vampire.
feed.
Yeah.
So Darcy refreshes his memory, and Sean says, "Georgie, in that moment, how did you respond to that woman who approached you? You know, the hot blonde chick. And Georgie goes, "I am married. I said nothing."
Good answer.
And then suddenly the story becomes, maybe I had too many drinks and I don't remember. I mean, that's a solid alibi.
That is a solid. Who amongst
Yeah.
us?
He's like, I'm married. I don't talk to women's.
Yeah.
Sure, Jan. Sure.
And Darcy's like, yeah. Good answer. Okay, now Florian. Here we go.
Get into it, girl.
Yeah.
Our street mostly bars and restaurants, you know. And one night, this lady walking, to be honest, I know my neighbors, like I know their faces, you know. And it's like drunky. It's like doing this thing in the street. Basically, this woman staggering. I'm walking. It's coming more closer and closer, you know. It's almost falling. I'm like, what? It sounds like, and I would just like to say, I know, Wah was my Florian interpreter.
was doing an entire interpretive monologue as Amy was monologuing. It was great.
I would like to say that I talk to my 18-year-old daughters quite a bit about high-risk behavior, and it sounds like this woman was exhibiting high-risk behavior,
Yes.
stumbling through the streets of Miami drunk and by herself.
So Florian was just being a gentleman.
So Florian had to, he says, I grabbed her, you know, I live in this building, you know, and I bring her in, you know, and I leave her an elevator, you know.
You know.
Sean says, how did her lipstick get on your shirt? Now, see, Sean, you're not paying attention. You don't watch this show.
It wasn't lipstick.
Because you would know it was a different person and it was makeup, not lipstick.
Yes. Again, I come back to the idea of like the 1950s, like lipstick kiss right on the collar of a shirt.
And
That's what I need to have happen.
And I come back to the idea that it was totally Darcy's makeup face that brushed against his
Smashed
collar.
up against him.
Yeah.
She was too drunk
She's
to
like,
stand up.
Florian, my brother, Florian. We're gonna do this, right? We're girl power, right?
Oh,
I mean, well,
Darcy, you stay away from me. Get away from me. Don't put
No,
your head on
it's
me.
like,
Leave me
Florian.
alone. You be fine.
Florian, you're my brother, huh? You're my brother.
I
do
know
pick, do
brother.
pick.
I know brother. I know
Do
brother.
pick.
I know brother. I have sister. You're not sister. You're
Oh,
Stacy's
Florian.
sister.
You're married to my sister, Stacy. Let's do it. Let's get it done. You know, boss ladies,
Do big,
boss
do big.
bitches. Do it big. Twin power.
By the way, as we speak, they put on new music video today.
Oh, I saw it.
Did
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Okay.
Someone's
Yeah, I
wearing
didn't
a-
see it yet, Wad. Do you want to give
No.
us
So
just an
someone is-
overview?
someone is wearing some male is wearing a House of 11 trucker hat,
Of course.
Mhm.
and then he's like dancing in the middle of some maybe LA street. There might be palm trees, and then the Stacy and Darcy are in two different locations. Like Stacy is wearing like a full netted bathing suit cover up with a bathing suit on below, going like.
Ooh.
Oh
Okay.
And then
no.
Darcy's in another location. I can't remember what she's wearing. It's probably black. And she's like, yeah. And they're like talk rapping, because
Okay. Okay.
their singing is not the best. So they're talk rapping. And I'm like,
Okay.
what is happening?
I mean, to be fair, if I were to put out a rap video as the whitest person in America right now, I would talk rap too. I would
Yeah, it
not
wouldn't be
attempt
good.
to do anything further. I
No.
would
Okay.
just be like, and so the hoes know that blah, blah, blah. And that would be like, oh my God, I'm sorry to all the women I just called.
I don't have to apologize for everything I said in
then-
my song.
And then there's a scene of them walking with, okay, there's a certain type of of like Lady of the Night shoe, where it has that
Mhm.
thick, it's like a pleaser, so it
Yes.
has the thick platform in the front,
Mhm.
and then a high heel, but they're doing it without the like sandal strap in the back. They're only doing it
Oh.
where it's like a slip on, like a candy.
Oh.
And they're just,
Oh.
and I'm like, you know what? If you can walk in those shoes, God bless you. But I cannot. So
No.
I was really impressed with that. I can't do it. It's hard for me to do a platform because a part of my like the ball of my foot needs to know the ground is there.
I understand.
So
Yeah.
but they, it's just that's the shot, and I was like, oh, so you wanted us to see your like little pleasers? Like, what is the point of
Okay.
this shot?
All right.
Interesting.
Okay. We're going to have to check this out. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate this one?
I would give it a -2.
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Got
All
it.
right.
We don't even hit
So
the scale. It's so
nothing salvageable.
No, I thought I could do better with my iPhone with me and Gato, my cat.
Okay, I'm sure you could. I'm
Bet you
sure you
could.
could. And TikTok would be here for it.
Yeah, they
So,
would. I
yeah.
just strap a
Yeah.
camera
I
to
think
his
what you
back.
need to do is do an
Enactment?
impression of it with the cat
Yeah.
and put that out.
Okay, so Sean, as I said, asked about the lipstick, and everyone on the stage is like, that was another Stacy goes, that was another late night lady. And everybody's going crazy, like, oh, Sean, why
Late
are you
night
bringing
lady.
this up? Stacy says, well, that woman must have remembered you real good. And she does this shoulder shimmy when she
Yeah.
talks. Oh, real good.
Mhm.
Real good. Okay.
Real good. That's the hook to the song. Real good.
Real good.
Real good.
So I'm gonna have back problems if I keep shaking my
Yeah,
huge boobs.
don't shake your tits that way, girl.
So Florian says, what is your problem? You don't understand how to Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I need to back up. I
Sorry.
need to back up.
Sorry, I'm ready.
Yeah. Well, come on.
Get my
with it.
interpreter ready.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so Stacy says it was triggering because his location was off and I couldn't track him. It was shady. Florian goes, what is your problem? You don't understand how to use phone. I have my phone right now. I tried to delete her message and it's going to say me you want to delete location, keep sharing location. And Stacy goes, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Oh, you don't remember things. You don't remember things, Stacy. Now, Ari, thank you, Wa. Ari says, don't be condescending to your wife. And Florian goes, what did I do? What did I do, Stacy? I yell like this.
He doesn't
Ari
even know
says-
what condescending means, Ari.
No.
I mean, come on, take a step back, girl.
Ari
Also,
says,
he's been condescending from day one, and now
Day
she wants to
one.
say it.
day
Now
one.
she's like being condescending to your wife. I feel bad for you.
Well, she has been saying shit to him all through Last Resort, but he just blows her off because, oh, she's not the English muffin. That's Sophie.
Sophie,
She's
yeah.
just a fly he wants to bat away.
Yeah.
So Ari says, you bully women, and it's sad. And Florian goes, what the fuck you talking to me? Now, off to the corner of the screen, we see Josh's hands, and he's going like, no, like, stop, stop. And Florian goes, you don't understand what the fuck you're saying. And Ari says, I feel sorry for you. And this is when Florian says, Jesus Christ, help me.
Why is it that Josh is having the best look on this entire tell-all?
This
that he's had the entire
the
season.
Josh I fell for. This
Girl,
is not the
girl.
real Josh. He knows how to look good.
Do I
like,
need to come up there and boop
no.
your snoot with the
No.
newspaper? Okay.
No, because I hate
Making
him.
Sure. Okay.
But Josh is somebody who is very aware of the camera.
He is.
and he knows how to thread that needle between being gross and supporting his boys and still keeping all the ladies on his side.
Mhm,
He knows
mhm,
how to walk that line, and
mhm.
he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's doing it. So, Sean says, let's get back on track." So,
Yes, Sean, this has gone off the rails. If you could
So-
Yeah,
bring us
it's
back,
been
that'd be
off the
great.
rails, Sean.
so
Yeah.
Florian, you didn't mean to delete the location. Get ready, Wak, get ready. Stacy deleted it, and Stacy, okay, you asked me to delete message, I delete message, you delete location. What are you talking about? And Stacy goes, maybe it was my menopause brain. She capitulates like that.
I know. Oh,
Yeah.
girl,
It's
stop it.
painful.
I mean, as someone
It's
who's deep in
painful.
menopause brain, girl, I see you. You are me. I am you. But no, don't use that as the excuse to let him get away with whatever the fuck he wants.
No.
But
Mm-mm.
then Darcy's like, well, don't blame it on that. And I was like, are you supporting her or are you saying
No, they are frenemies
Right,
at all
yeah.
times.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because like
yeah.
she's like, well, don't blame it on that. I'm like, come on, Darce. Like,
They're frenemies.
yeah. Whew,
Mhm.
you said it.
Darcy would 100% kick her legs out from under her and stab her right in the back, literally,
Mhm.
if it meant she could get ahead of her somehow. But then she would also pick her up off the ground and hold her to her breast and nurse her back to health.
Yes.
It's fucked up.
Their relationship is so fucked up.
It's so
Yeah.
toxic.
So toxic.
So all of the women think Florian will cheat again, except Natalie. Natalie, this is bullshit. I believe in you. You're a good man.
Why you do this to
Okay.
me? Why you do this to me? She's so stupid.
And Stacy and Darcy pretty much agree, like, we're in the same boat.
Mhm.
That's it. Now Rob speaks up. Men's
Oh,
Rights Club
thank
here.
God.
Leader of Men's Rights Club.
Mhm.
I think Florian is just really scared of losing her.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's scared of losing his gravy train. He's not
Yeah.
scared of
Mhm.
losing Stacy
Mhm.
specifically. Stop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's that tan. He's scared of he's scared of going back to that Albanian paste. Okay. He
might-
loves that Florida tan.
I know get my suntan no more. I
He
know
might
get my
need those-
suntan.
He might need those veneers fixed at some point. He cannot step away from this
No.
gravy train.
No.
Yeah.
So Stacy does not think he will take care of her in old age. You're right, girl.
Yeah.
You're right. You're correct.
Yeah.
She's unlike JK and Brooke on Love After Lockup. You and Florian will not have sex in a hospital bed with a quote piss bucket next to you and
Oh,
other
God.
old age accoutrements.
We haven't watched yet.
Accoutrement.
Oh, God.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
JK and Brooke are real bad.
Yeah, they are.
So she says, I know he doesn't believe in divorce, but I will leave him if I get concrete proof. Why do you need concrete proof?
Yeah.
Isn't
You
the
had
fact that
concrete proof.
isn't the fact that you don't trust him enough of a reason?
Yeah. It's so weird to me why we in the year of our Lord 2025 there are women, and maybe it's an age and a generation thing and a coast thing, I don't know, but like why we still think that being in marriages and pushing and toughing it through is somehow going to get us closer to the pearly gates. Like,
Yeah.
it's not.
Amanda
You-
talks about this often. We agree.
Yeah.
All you need, the only reason you need to leave a marriage is you don't want to be in that marriage anymore.
Yeah.
It's not a shame. It's not something to be embarrassed about. Your
Yeah.
relationship ran its course. It is time to go home. But all of these women who are like, well, I mean, he doesn't beat me, so that's enough. No,
Yeah.
no. You literally watched this man fuck another woman on a video. We all saw it. If that is, if infidelity is your bar, he has gone below it. So
Yep.
you should leave.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's not your bar, and that's fine.
Yeah, I feel like you should be able to divorce somebody if they what is that thing that if they are incompetent, what's that? Weaponized incompetence. As soon as somebody cannot help you maintain this level of the home or whatever it is that you've asked them to do as a partner, then get out of it, because they don't respect you and you'll never be happy. You'll just be complaining for the rest of your life.
She just wants her hot boy toy.
Preach.
God, he's not even hot.
No.
Mm,
Amy.
Oh, Amy.
I
Get
think
the paper, Amanda. Get the newspaper.
I think
Coming
with the
up there.
whole bottle of sweet, sweet wine and given the right circumstances, a full moon, I don't know, my seventh house in Gemini, I could get there.
You know what? Florian would need to gain at least 70 pounds of muscle for me. Like,
At
or
least.
70 pounds of whatever. Just give me more. I need more body. He would just, I don't know. And I don't know. He need to turn down the blinders on them teeth.
Yeah.
Like, so
Well,
much.
you know what Sean Robinson says. Okay, we're going to have to leave that
It's
here.
here.
Yeah.
Here's hoping you get to a place where you're both truly happy.
Okay.
They
That's
take a
true.
break and Florian's like, I run out to smoke. So he runs out to smoke. Stacy thanks Ari for standing up for me. Thanks, girl.
Mm.
And Sophie says, Florian commands respect all the time, but doesn't give it.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
always
that's
say,
true.
beware of men running around commanding respect or demanding respect. They don't command respect, they demand it.
Mhm.
That's a
Mhm.
problem.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have a very quick meeting now of the men's rights club backstage. Like they
They have
just
to
Oh.
reorganize.
they real quick have
Yes.
to get together, and now they're going to turn on Ari and say Rob is going to complain that, well, if we defend men, we're misogynistic. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If you defend trash men,
Yeah.
yeah,
If you
yeah,
defend
Yeah.
poor men's behavior, you are a problem.
Yes.
yeah,
And then Gino's over there like, yeah, and we men want to support each other because we're men.
yeah.
Okay.
She's a
Okay.
whore. Jasmine's a
Yeah.
whore. So is Ari.
Jasmine
Mhm.
from Panama is a whore.
The
Now-
casualness with which all of these men just throw the word whore around is still shocking to me.
Mhm.
It really says something about society today that Rob is on television saying, "Oh, pregnant woman is a whore," and people are defending him and saying,
Mhm.
"Yay,
Yeah.
yay,
Good
you're
job.
right." Yeah.
Yeah. Also, he's like, somebody asks him a question, and he's like, if I have proof that someone is cheating, then I'm gonna call them out. And I don't have proof that Florian is cheating, besides the fact that he just said that he cheated.
And
But I
we saw
do
the
have
proof.
proof that Jasmine's cheated because she's pregnant. We know that her and what's his name aren't fucking. So like, duh.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, who the fuck are you?
I hate this man. I hate him.
Yeah.
I
He
hate
needs
him.
to go away.
So, Ari and Benny, here we go. They're on the same page ending the marriage, and Ari says she is still managing Benny, but she really doesn't want to. He keeps calling her, asking her. I'm assuming there's a lot of language barriers here for him,
I'm
and
sure.
he's calling her, and he needs help. And I agree that he needs help, but he can't
He
have
doesn't
her
need it
help.
from her. And
No.
here's the thing, she doesn't want to manage him, yet she took all of the credit for him supposedly being on the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah,
Pick
she
one.
did.
Pick
You're
a
right.
lane. You
You're
don't
right.
want to do this, or you want to do it and you want the kudos for it. You can't have both.
Well, I think maybe a little bit of it is like, so let's take my ex for example. Did
Mhm.
I help put him through school? Yeah, I did. Did Timmy help put him through school by paying some of those student loans off? Yeah, we did. So maybe if he did well, we would be like, there's our little baby boy graduating school. So like I feel like Ari feels maybe like she put so much into the beginning stages of his career
She did.
that if he succeeds, she has something to do with that. And I might
Oh,
agree with that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, he would not be a performer in Las Vegas if not for
Mhm.
her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if not for her and being on the show.
Yes.
Mhm.
We
If not
can't
for
ignore
her-
the show portion of
Yeah.
this
If not
process.
for her hollering at him on the corner of Addis Ababa, where he would not be where he is. Now,
That's right.
I will say though that it makes it even more frustrating that he ignored her the way he did at the resort. And I get that he didn't want to be in a relationship with her, but for him to ignore her and treat her the way he did at the resort, and it was so obvious that he didn't want to be with her. It
She
was
is the
so,
mother of
Yep.
his child. If
so
nothing
obvious.
else,
Yep.
He
she's
hated
the
her.
mother of her child. And you are right.
Yeah.
It was so bad and so disrespectful. Like if again, nothing else, she had your child.
Right.
Yeah.
It's gross.
So yeah, for him to then do that and then be calling her, asking her for help is wild. Why don't you call
Mhm.
the girl that you are in love with now or you're dating
Yeah,
now and
right.
have that bitch help you? Not that she's a bitch, I don't know her, but bitch is in the
Yeah.
colloquial word for women.
Yeah. Can I just take a break real quick and announce to everybody that I have my coffee here. And normally I don't put sugar in my coffee. I just put a little sweet cream creamer. Okay.
Okay.
The kids blew through that this morning on me. So I had to dig around in the back for creamer that we may have had for a while.
Oh no.
And no, I actually found they had bought my kids. We're creamer house. We have 85 bottles of it in there. I found a Reese peanut butter cup
Ugh.
creamer. This is the best coffee I've ever had in my life. Anyway,
That is revolting, but go on.
it's really good. It's really good.
No, it's not.
All right. I like my coffee like I like my wine. Sweet, cheap.
Oh.
Just
Yeah.
like you, girl.
And red?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So she says, I'm trying to just live my life. So he needs to figure this out. Like, I need to move on. She says
Mhm.
she's dating casually, but Benny has taught her what she doesn't want. And she makes it clear that she takes care of their son.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he's a terrible father.
I don't think
Yeah.
he's even an issue in
Mm-mm,
parenting of this child.
mm-mm.
He
Yeah.
might show up a couple times a year and like bounce Avi up and down and be like, "My boy," and that's it.
Because you're
Yeah.
right, Wa. The way he treated her on Last Resort, they're not co-parenting.
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah, and it's also I want to know culturally what his example of a father is,
Good,
because
good question.
because in certain cultures outside of the US, like some men just phone it in. They go to work,
Mhm.
they have other families, or they live in, and especially in Africa, sometimes, and another, country, sometimes the mother or the father have to go to another country to work in
Mm-hmm.
order
Yeah.
to take care of the people back home. So that's all I'm saying. I don't know what his situation is, but
I'm trying
one,
to think. I think we knew his situation. Didn't
So
his
father
father
died.
his parents died when he was very
of
young of
AIDS, right?
AIDS. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
AIDS.
Yes.
As
And
part of the
his
AIDS crisis.
sister raised him.
Yeah, his
His
sisters
sisters
raised him,
raised
which
him.
is why
Oh,
his sisters were so up in his business all the
okay.
time.
Mhm.
Well, then
But yeah,
that can
he
kind of
didn't have
give.
a father figure.
Yeah,
Well,
so
he
maybe
didn't have his father. I don't know if he had a father figure,
I
but he
didn't
didn't have
even
his
know it
father.
was AIDS at all. Oh my
Yeah,
god, that is
Mhm.
so
it's
sad.
awful.
I've created a story that father went out and just whatever brought it to that mother, and she, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
perished.
Yeah.
Anyway, so but yeah, so in my mind, like sometimes culturally, it's not necessarily as important for the father to be there. It's more
Sure.
important for him to go and do whatever and maybe spend some time and whatnot. And so, I mean, obviously, Avi is being raised here where it is important,
Mhm.
and socially, the expectation is that a father is around. So he's gonna suffer because of Benny, but to me it's so obvious that Benny was never truly serious nor understanding about what it was to be a parent,
Mm-mm.
even from when she was pregnant. Like he
Yeah.
just didn't get what his
No.
role was or what she expected his role to be.
They had very different expectations. They had
Well,
very different cultural norms of what parenting looks like, and she is holding him to a standard that the 3 of us would probably hold a man to.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not a standard he even knows about.
I was
Mm-hmm.
just going to say, and Ari is very progressive. So she's going to raise that bar even higher.
Mhm.
She's not
Mm-hmm.
going to accept a father that's not in her kid's life. Like, I'm very surprised this is going down the way it is. And I would not be surprised if in a year or two we don't see her with someone who is a wonderful stepfather to Avi and
I
kind
hope
of
so.
takes over the father role.
I
Yeah.
hope so. That little kid
Yeah.
deserves it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. So, Benny is dating around, and now Sean says, Benny, did you ever cheat on Ari? And Ari says, well, when I was recovering from my C section, I grabbed his phone and somebody had written a text to him that said, I love you and I miss you.
Mm.
And she said, I woke him up and asked him what it was. And this is exactly how I found my ex husband cheating on me.
Oh,
Exact same way.
wow.
She says, I woke him up and I regret doing it to this day. She's like, because I should have taken a screenshot and I should have sent that to myself, but I didn't. I woke him up, he explained it away, and I regret staying with him because I didn't want to raise my baby alone. Well, you ended up raising a baby alone
Alone
anyway.
anyway. Yeah. That was
Yeah.
what was gonna happen no matter what.
But I
Mm-hmm.
get it. Like, I get where she's coming from. And she said, and that's only one of the times you cheated on me. Now they give Benny a chance to rebut this. And
Oh
he's
boy.
like, well, I just want to say something. Well, I just want to say, and they're like, no, 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 no. This is yes or no, dude.
Did you
Did you
cheat?
do this? And he's like, I just want to say yes. And they're all like,
Oh,
ooh.
okay. Did
And
not expect that.
you could see Ari's face, and she's like,
Finally.
finally,
Just thank you.
finally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she
That's all
has
she
known
wanted.
this. She's known it in every fiber of her being, and he's never admitted it.
Mhm.
He's never admitted it on camera to us, and it's just so weird that she really wanted him to do so. It's like, girl, you don't need our approval to leave this man.
Yeah.
You don't need any proof. Like when she's like, I regret not taking. I listen. I am not a part of the dating world. I'm someone I would consider a super single. I've never been in a committed relationship, and so the idea of going through somebody's phone and then taking a screenshot and then sending it to yourself as evidence is so foreign to me, because I'm like, I don't care if I have proof or not. If I think I saw something, now this situation is tarnished. I'm not going to trust you anymore. I got to go. So
Yeah.
I don't know and that's coming from a place of somebody who's never been in a relationship. So I don't know how it would be if I were in it and I really wanted things to work, and maybe it's a different, mindset. But like, it just seems weird to me that she wanted such validation. Like, she wanted every man on that stage to admit that he was a bad guy and she was right. And they still wouldn't. They were like, no, we don't like the way you
The
speak.
men's rights club is not going to support a feminist.
Yeah.
They're
Nope.
just not. They're going to back the other candidate in this
Yeah,
race because it's never going to happen. I will say that when it happened to me, cell phones were kind of the texting was kind of a new thing. It was 2004,
Oh, that was
and
not kind of a new thing.
Yeah,
it
we
was a
were
new
still
thing.
doing like
Yeah,
hitting
A, B,
A
C,
3
D.
times to
Yeah.
get to the C.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
That's
he
not
was like
texting.
passed out drunk on the couch, and his phone was like kind of under the couch sticking out, and I pulled it and I opened it and the message was right there. And
You
I
opened it. You flipped it
was
open.
I flipped it open. I was blindsided. I had no idea. I never
Oh,
thought that this
girl.
guy would cheat on me. Never, ever, ever. He couldn't leave the house
Right.
and somehow found a whole new relationship. So it was like, I don't think that was Ari's situation. To your point, I think that she was suspicious. She grabbed the phone, she looked, she got her validation, and she regrets, because he is such a liar.
Yeah.
She regrets not having that receipt.
And he gaslights her all the time. And
Mhm.
I'm sure she has
Mhm.
felt through so much of this
Yep.
relationship. Is this me? Am I crazy? Am I
Yep.
making stuff up?
Yep.
Yeah.
And no,
Yeah.
he's just a terrible partner.
Yeah.
So here's where Ari earned my respect. He says, I cheated on her and it was while she was pregnant, and he apologizes. And the men fall silent. And Ari says, I knew you guys wouldn't have the same energy for Benny as you did for Jasmine. And she points to Gino and she says, and he's a cheater too, but you guys can't see it.
Yep.
Yep.
Good for you, girl.
And Rob says, well, and this is what you were talking about. Wow. Rob says, well, I see that Jasmine cheated. So because
Yeah.
Gino can't get pregnant or isn't fucking someone on his lap right now in front of everybody, he's not guilty.
Nope.
So don't put Rob on a jury, anyone, because he'll be like, I didn't see Jeffrey Dahmer eat a brain. So I don't think he's guilty. Let him
Right.
go. I didn't see it. Look, he had a turkey club for lunch today at the courthouse. He must be innocent.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
put him on the Karen Reed jury.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. So Benny says he wants to be a good father and work on himself. And Ari, I really think this was beautiful what she said to him here. Ari said, well, you need to come around more. In 20 years, you won't remember the name of the woman you're chasing around now, but your son will remember you not being there.
Ding,
And
ding,
you
ding,
will
ding,
never
ding.
get back, or you will only get back what you put into him. And I
Yep.
just wrote, wow.
That's parenting in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You don't remember these little
Yeah.
details, but your
Yeah.
kid will remember every moment you weren't there when
Yep.
when he needed you.
We
Yep.
were just talking about this. So the other night we were talking about, what was it? It was something like the girls remembered this very small detail about, I know what it was. When the girls were little, Timmy taught them how to eat an artichoke, like a fresh artichoke.
Okay.
And he kind of taught them like, the choke makes you choke, so you can't eat the chokey part of it. I don't know, whatever. He gave them like a little rhyme to remember it. They remembered that. And Timmy's like, how did they remember that? I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
And I said to him, because those small moments were big moments for them.
Right.
Like they're doing something with their dad and it meant something to them. For us, it was just another day in the kitchen. You're teaching your kid how to eat an artichoke. Like, no big deal. And that's what Ari is saying here. Like these small moments when you're not here, Avi's going to remember that.
And when your girls were little, even if that was that was probably a large percentage of their life that day.
Yes.
Because they hadn't had a whole lot of life yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So every moment that Avi doesn't have time with his father is a percentage of his life, and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
This guy already fucked off on his first kid who's like living with his mother in Iowa. Now we've got another kid who's in Vegas. I mean, he's gonna have like 20 kids around the country because he doesn't give a
Wait
shit.
a minute. Benny has more kids?
Yeah, he has an older
Yes.
kid.
From an American woman that
Oh,
got pregnant
yeah.
in
And
Yeah.
left,
Ethiopia.
and that's why he was so freaked out that
When
Ari
he-
was gonna leave.
Yeah, when Ari
Yes, I
went
remember.
home
I
with the baby.
forgot. God, so long ago.
He got like
Yeah.
some dispensation, like the senator from Iowa was helping him get here because he
Mhm.
was gonna miss the birth of the baby. It was a whole thing.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so now the return of our Lord and Savior, Mother Janice, comes out.
First of all,
Woo!
she looks fucking fantastic.
Was she wearing a leather jacket or was that
Yes.
my?
Yes.
No, it was
Okay.
navy
All right.
leather jacket.
Looked amazing.
She looked great.
I
And
like Janice. I've
Ari's
always
dad
liked
has
Janice.
passed, right?
Pardon me?
Ari's dad passed.
Yeah, Ari's
right?
dad
Yeah,
passed.
yeah,
What?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Ari's dad passed.
Oh my God. He was
He's-
such a nice guy.
He was. He was a lot older though, I think, than Janice. He was maybe 10 years older than
Maybe
her.
10 years older. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Oh.
yeah. So now we get to the passwords. And Janice says some of the people who were involved with Binyam, she always
Mhm.
calls him Binyam,
Binyam.
were opportunists. And after one woman realized there wasn't going to be a relationship, she tried to extort him.
Doesn't shock me in the least.
She threatened to ruin his reputation for money. And Ari says all of the women he's chosen want something from him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the guys seem to soften a little bit on her. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, Ari, you never told us this. She's like, I want to stab all of you. I was
Yeah.
screaming this every day and nobody was fucking listening. And then Ari goes, oh, so you suddenly believe me because my mom says it? And Florian goes, well, basically you talk in circles, and your mom is sweet and your mom has certain
Yeah.
respect.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh my God. I
Ah.
hated that.
so
I hated that.
Fuck off, Florian.
in other words, if a woman talks sweetly,
Then I'll
Yeah.
believe her.
then I'll believe her.
And if she's
Fuck
older than me,
off.
then I'll believe her. Because she
Yeah.
deserves respect just because she's older.
Okay. All right. Rob says, I've never heard you say it like this.
What?
And yeah. And
off.
apparently she says, well, you never gave me a chance because you never want to listen. Okay.
True.
Now the show. Okay. So they show between the sheets where Benny danced with Stacy and Florian was flipping out.
Mm-hmm.
And they get up and do it now. And Sean Robinson's like, Florian, how do you feel about this? And Florian goes, Benny is not my friend. He knows it's somebody's wife. He need to respect, that's my point. I know you're making your wife crying. I don't know nothing no more. That's it. You need to respect people's wives. You need to respect people's wives. So then he says, Benny come to my country, flip people around like that. Benny never going to flip nobody in his life no more. Wow. Wow.
Ow.
We have a threat of death on the
Yes.
stage.
Apparently, don't
Great.
flip people around in Albania. It's
Great, guys. And
Fear your
those
life.
of you going to Albania, watch out. And the one person going to Albania is like, I won't be flipping anybody's wife.
Rob tells Stacy she needs to make Florian feel more respected. He's like, you want to go out and stuff. You want to get flipped around. Now, keep in mind, Florian is the one out every night. Stacy's home with her menopause journey.
right, and her fucked up kidney.
She's home by 9
watching her
o'clock
murder
solving
stories.
champagne. Right. But Florian Stacy needs to decide what's more important, being flipped around, having fun, or making sure her partner is comfortable. Fuck right off, Rob.
Yeah, fuck off.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this stupid bit with Ari and Julia. It's not even worth covering. I don't know.
Bitch thing. Who cares?
Yeah, basically, Ari called Julia a see you next Tuesday. Julia's not happy about it. Whatever. Now they hug. They're fine.
Ari was just trying to be cool and was trying to be accepted by these women who othered her the moment she walked in there.
Yeah.
And she thought she was a little cooler and she overstepped and she made a fool of herself. I know this because I've done this.
That's what I was just going to say. I felt so seen. She's trying to be one of the girls and she makes a joke and they're like, it's not really funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Because someone else made the exact same joke 5 minutes before and it was funny to them. So you
Mhm.
try to do the same thing and then it's like, wah, wah, wah.
And then at the end of this segment, Benny tears up and he thanks Janice and Ari for helping him and all they've done for him. And he hugs Janice. And it's really sweet.
And Janice
Yeah.
says, you will always be my son. I will always take
Yes.
care of you.
Yes.
Janice is a good person. And Janice does love Biniam. I think Janice is like, I do want this guy the fuck away from my kid and my grandkid, though.
Yeah. All right. We're rounding it out now with Natalie and Josh.
Oh, good gravy.
Gosh.
Natalie is, according to Josh, sending him messages that just say, fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pictures of
Yeah.
her. Wow.
Wow.
Florian go, whoa, 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 you are too vulgar. You're too vulgar?
What?
Florian's the one who's like, fuck your mother, fuck you, fuck everybody. Okay.
What the fuck is this
He's
bullshit?
not
Fuck,
s-
bullshit, fuck.
Because Stacy's not sending him photos saying, come fuck me.
I guess.
Yeah.
Josh says, I had a moment of weakness. And Sean says, several moments of weakness. Okay,
Mm.
Sean.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see you.
She says it was a huge shock when Josh broke up with me. And he says, we fell into our old habits. And my buddy Rob, my bro Rob was there to keep me strong, keep me away from the keep me away from it.
What's wrong with you?
Did I just go, meow? Yes,
Yes,
I did.
you did. Instead
Yes,
of
I
saying
did.
what word, Amy?
I can't say it.
P-U-S-S-Y.
Pussy.
I can't say it either.
Oh, no.
can't say
You know
it
what it
either.
is? You know what it is, Wah? It offends the Libra sensibilities.
Okay,
I see.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Us
say-
Pisces can be real
I
dirty.
say P-U-S-S-Y. I cannot.
Pussy.
But-
I got you.
No. No.
But I now I can say meow. I like that.
Okay, so then Natalie went on social media and accused him of being a bad father. And it was pretty much, he says it was a knife in the kidneys.
Pretty much.
Natalie says, well, I felt stabbed in the back and I only did it on my page, not his. And Josh is like, you posted that I'm a bad father who has a felon living with me and that my daughter should be scared. And that's a lie. Is Rain a felon?
I
Did
don't
Rain
know.
do something to Brett Michaels? Was she stalking him and got a
Maybe.
felony? Caught charges?
Caught
Did she get
charges.
charges?
As they say on the Lalu.
Oh my gosh.
I look, I don't like Josh, but I do not blame him for being like, you're crazy.
Yep.
Because she is crazy. And I don't like to call
Mhm.
women crazy, but Natalie is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, she says Josh told me he would destroy me, basically. He admits yes. Sean goes, okay, well, we won't resolve that tonight, so let's move on.
No.
No.
She's
Josh,
so bad.
Did you ever consider Natalie your girlfriend? No.
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 And Natalie's going, bullshit. Why do you do this to me?
Yes.
And he says he never really got that serious with her. And Natalie goes, asshole. And then Sean says, were you having sex with other people during this 3-year period that you were with Natalie? He says, no.
Yeah.
And Natalie goes,
Liar.
oh, you were committed to me? Oh. And he goes,
And
I
then she's
never
like,
said
"Wait a minute,
that.
Wait a minute.
Those are two
wait a minute."
different things.
Yeah.
Sean goes, in a 3-year period, Natalie was the only person you banged. And then Josh is like, well, no.
No.
Okay, well,
Pick one, dude.
Yeah.
so Sean says, do you feel like you led her on? And Josh basically says, well, she was sending me those photos with her out. So, like, what was I supposed to do? I'm a man. I have needs.
Yeah.
And Rob's
and
going, yeah, you're a man. You're a man. Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's so weird that Sean is like, well, you couldn't say no. And I'm like, listen, Sean, I don't know what your life is like and if you've been married for X amount of years, but for those of us who are not married, you can send us a pic on a right day and everything that you've done goes out the window and we could just.
It can be forgotten.
Yeah, it can be
Okay.
forgotten for an hour and a half. And then after that,
Yeah.
it goes back
Yeah.
to, oh, I remember why I don't like you.
Post
I
nut
get that.
clarity.
I get
Post nut
that.
clarity.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
It's very similar to my relationship with Florian. I could see him do something nice and all is forgotten.
Right. And then he
Yeah.
becomes himself again. And you're like,
Mhm.
ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he says, okay, so now this whole thing over, Natalie called my ex-wife a hooker and attacked her. And he says, I really value, everyone who knows me knows I really value the relationship I have with my kids' mothers.
Mm.
I only thought there was one. There must
I
be
only thought
two.
there was one. Yeah.
Okay. And Natalie was a threat to that. And that's why I never brought her to my house. It has nothing to do with Rain, who was a contestant on
Rock of Love.
Rock of Love,
Nothing to
being
do with
in
the
my
woman living
house.
in my home. Yeah.
He says, I'm not making this up. Natalie's like, you're lying. And he says, you're a liar and a scam artist and you need to shut the fuck up. And that's where we leave them.
Yeah.
Next time on, they impersonate each other and Gino takes his hat off for like a long period of time.
Can't wait to see
Mhm.
that. Said no one ever.
We finally get to Gino and Jasmine. Oh, God. Natalie angers everyone and Julia screams at her in Russian.
Mm-hmm.
That I
And then
look
they
forward
bring
to.
Kay out, who reminds us that she's super straight.
Sure,
Yeah.
girl.
And she tries to out Rob.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see
Because
what happens.
Everybody on the planet who has a best friend of 6 months makes an entire quilt covered in photos of said new 6-month-old best friend without having a thing for them.
Well, Amanda, your quilt is in the mail.
Okay, well, we've been friends for 3 years.
Okay. All right, I'm just
6
saying.
months. If you'd done it at 6 months, it would have been weird, and I would have thought you wanted to bang me. But now it's
Mhm.
gone on long enough.
It's gone on long. This is so okay. So let's talk about this. So Gino and Jasmine are a large portion of episode 4. I'm guessing
Mhm.
because we really haven't got there.
They're gonna bring Matt out too, right?
What I think happens is we do some Kay and Sophie and Rob nonsense in the first half. The
Mhm.
last half is Jasmine and Gino,
And it
and then
trips into the
episode
next one.
5, Matt comes out.
Okay, yeah, that could be it.
That's what I think is
5?
happening.
Yeah,
There's
there's
5
5 of
tell-alls.
these, honey.
God,
5.
why? Okay. This is what you need to do for your like social media snip of the
Okay.
episode. Is you every time I am surprised about some new information you've given to me. I mean, it's like
It's
like
quite a
does
few
Wah
times.
even
Yeah,
is
we've really helped you today.
yeah. I'm like, does Wah even watch? Is she a part of this cinematic universe?
Do you
Like-
remember when I was on your show and you were asking me about all the couples? I was going, ew.
yeah. Yeah. Every time, let's talk about blah blah blah. You're like, I was just so learning so much from you.
Yes. It is TLC. It is the learning channel.
Yeah.
So, just
I
keep
can't
that in
remember
mind.
what I had for dinner last night, but I have a near
Mhm.
encyclopedic knowledge of these
Mhm.
dopes. So I'm
Mhm.
here for you.
Yeah, we're here. So, guys, if you want to listen to Wah and Chris together, you can
Mhm.
hear them on Docusweeties. And what are you guys doing over there now? I know
So
you
on
do this, but what else?
Yeah. So we're doing Love After Lockup, and we're doing Hollywood Demons. Ooh. So
Ooh.
Hollywood Demons is a new HBO documentary series or docu-series where it highlights, I guess, the fall of different people from Hollywood because of their sexual deviance or behaviors.
I'm
so-
joining you for
Yes,
Stephen
Collins.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's the first one. And then I think we're going to touch on Love on the Spectrum a little bit.
Oh, I've been watching that. I
Ooh.
started it last night.
Never
Yeah.
seen an episode.
It is
I've-
just pure joy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so
I've watched
sweet.
it since the beginning.
Yeah.
And one of the couples I've like followed their entire journey like on social media.
Abby and David?
So like Abby and David.
I
so
love
like
them so much.
I love them so much.
I just
Okay.
want these two to be the happiest little couple that ever coupled in the world because
Can
they
they
are
just
they're
follow them
sweet.
for the rest of their lives? Like they need to have their own show.
They
I
do.
need something uplifting.
It's
Maybe I'll watch
really
that.
uplifting.
Between Handmaid's Tale and this nonsense, I need
Yeah,
something.
go to
Yeah.
Love on the Spectrum. It'll
Okay.
warm Amy, it warms the cockles of my cold dead heart.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing over there. Got some collaborations coming up for spring, May and April. So yeah,
Cool.
that's having a good time over there.
Yay.
All right, and you're at Docusweeties on everything.
Everywhere.
And I will
Docusweeties.
I will put the link in the show notes, guys, if you want to check Wah out in her
Check us
her
out.
natural habitat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for being here, Wah.
Thank you for having
And
me.
thank you for all of your interpretations. They brought me
Mhm.
such
Oh,
joy.
you as the Florian interpreter is just perfect.
It's like Obama's anger interpreter, but
Oh
different.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Pete
Yep.
Bill. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was a lovely time, ladies.
Good. Thank you.
All right, Amanda, thank you.
Amy, thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.